Hello, everybody. My name is Dry Banana Bread, and welcome to Night Call. This is a game available on Steam as well as Xbox Game Pass. I don't know about PlayStation because I don't care about PlayStation, but I know you can play this free on Xbox Game Pass and you can play this on Steam also. You're pretty much a cab driver in France. You could tell by the Eiffel Tower right there, which is all fine and dandy. And you're pretty much the person trying to figure out a crime spree of murders that are taking place. And the reason why you're doing so is because you're the last guy to have driven the last victim. So you pretty much take this in your own hands. And before people say like, "Oh my God, push," I mean, old name. "Oh my God, dry." You're in a different location. Yeah, I know. I usually look at the game and not care, and I'll be in the corner. But some people are telling me that it's getting very annoying that I'm covering key things. So now what I'm doing is I look at myself in a picture and then realize where the gameplay is and just kind of move myself there. It's neither here nor there. Remember, don't forget to subscribe and share the video. This is a new series, Night Call. Let's get right into it. Press A to start. Ooh. Taxi Patterson. Okay. Free roaming? No. No, I don't care about it. Yeah, let's just get it right. I don't care. Yes, save one. Ooh. Ooh. Start. Use an investigation. The victim may feel random at first. Okay. Wait, so I do a bunch of them? Okay, let's go with the first one, the judge. Go the judge. Um so the coffee stains tells me how hard it's gonna be. So there's money will be tighter, investigation will be harder to solve, every action costs more. The way Night Call was designed, money. You know what? I'm gonna play the way they wanted me to play it. Balanced. In the middle, not too easy, not too hard. I don't want to sit here and do something easy and then get by it. Because some people were sitting here saying like, when you play 60 seconds, put it on easy mode, and it's like, why? Why? Dying isn't easy. Like, it's not. I'm gonna let these raw fury. Ooh, that train tracks was nice. Oh, I look bad. That looks like me actually. I have picked up a bad habit, but I usually drop them. You can ask my ex-girlfriend. Night call. Auto mode. Doctor. Here. Oh, okay. That's a. Sir, can you hear me, or do I need to speak up? You're fine. Takes a deep breath. Sir, you just spent 2 weeks in a coma. The word bounces around your head. You need a moment to understand its meaning. Coma? Word scratches along your throat. Yes, you were the victim of an assault. Word resonates in your head. Victim? You are aware of a serial killer is currently on the loose of Paris. You feel the contents of your stomach crawling up your throat. The judge, as the police call the killer, damn it, I went by fast. We choose to put you in an induced. Why did that one is there for so long? Her voice becomes more distant, fades. You taste bile in the back of your mouth. Your head is burning. Why is that? Your fingers are coming through underneath the bandages. You feel head is incredibly painful. Did they? Oh my god. Why is the small word so? I'm sorry. Did they catch the judge? Oh, so his name is the judge. Okay. No. What about my passenger? He was dead before you even got out the cab. The doctor is silent for a second, a very awkward second. The police would like to see you as soon as possible to ask you some questions. After all, you're the only one who survived the judge. Noise in the hallway scratches attention. You try to turn your head to no avail. You need to rest. She leaves the room. Her voice resonates in the hallway. I gotta read this fast now. I don't care. He's the only witness. He's... Another female joins in. The strong authority figure you can clearly make up. A strange feeling washes over you. Not the pain, not fatigue, some odd combination of the two. Before being in the hospital room, you never realized the anger was made up of a combination of pain and exhaustion. Anger. A feeling you know all too well. Days go by and a month later. Night 1. I'm sorry for that. I didn't know that it was going to go all speed up on me right there. Well, look, I've got a bit of a problem. A real problem, that is. You have a pounding headache. It's your first night behind the wheel since the attack. Are you listening to me? You catch your boss's eye in the rearview mirror. Yeah. He stares at you for a second or two without speaking. Sometimes I wonder what goes inside your head. You always seem so far away. Sorry. I want things to go back to normal. Clear my head, to stop thinking about all that. He's watching you closely, trying to make out what's going on in your head. You know I'm worried about you, don't you? I know. You're like a son to me, no? I know. And you know he's about to tell you the story of his taxi fleet again. When my father died and left me the store, I could have sold it. Could have retired, gone back to the old country. But I decided to start a cab fleet with the money he left me. To hire the guys from the neighborhood. That's why I've got 45 guys like you working for me. His hand flutters in the air. Though none of them are any match for you. He smiles. His voice suddenly takes on a serious note. Do you want me to go over everything again? He points to the equipment on the dashboard, the meter, the GPS. You haven't been in a taxi for weeks. Maybe you do need a little refresher. Yeah, good idea. Right then. Well, first the map. Spot potential customers and try to guess where they're going to be going. Then you decide. When a customer orders a taxi, if there's no one else around, you have to go pick them up. He shrugs. I did. That's the way it goes. Business. The other fare is you look at the map and decide whether or not you want to take them. And then, you drive. He flashes a quick mechanical smile. You know it all too well. When he talks about work, he talks about work. That's all. When your shift is over, we do the numbers and... His voice trails off as if he's searching for the right words. That's all. It's pretty simple. There's no reason why you can't do it. Alright, no overtime. We're in France here. There are rules and regulations. You might not see it that way, but no one likes having a driver who hasn't slept for 24 hours. He looks away. Something's been bothering him since he's gotten into the cab. Anyhow, you know the ropes. You get it. I know you're going to do a good job. What's the matter? Boss keeps quiet for a while, if he's hesitant to speak. Then, I don't think it's a good idea. You shouldn't be driving. Murderer is still out there, and we think he's going to come back. For you. Maybe. Your boss pulls himself a little straighter. You could sense he's trying to control himself. Trying not to get upset. Maybe he'd been told to go easy on you. He holds your gaze, then turns away. You know I could put you on a day shift or send you out to the suburbs, away from it all. Shake your head no. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I'll let you get back to work. Every minute spent in your taxi is a minute lost. He gives you a smile, a half ironic, half serious. You can count on me. He scratches at an invisible stain on his armrest. Yeah, I know. That's the problem. He smiles. Your boss opens the door and exits the cab. You watch him cross the street and enter the fleet garage. A couple of colleagues are milling about. Taxis are coming and going. They all ignore you, consciously or unconsciously. You are branded. Sit there a moment, turn the key in the ignition. The hum of the engine sends a tingle down your spine. It's impossible to describe how you're missing that feeling. Back to the night shift. Back to life. Despite the attack. Despite it all. Ooh. Alright. So, I'm going to go... If anything, if I've learned... The guy with the fisherman hat is who I should go after. That's fine. You pull up in front of the American embassy. Ooh. Oh, fancy. You can't recall ever picking up a customer here. They probably have a fleet of their own. Or a contact with a private company. Door opens. You take an immediate liking to the guy who gets in. Kinda pretty. You find him somehow reassuring. Like a lost tourist. He babbles something in English. You have a hard time listening to make out the address. Sorry, I'm back in Paris. I forgot my manners. He flashes you with a sparkling smile. His voice is tingled with a slight of American accent. You turn the key in the ignition. Thanks. What's your name, pal? You're surprised to hear him use a familiar "tu" form straight off the bat. Soon. Nice to meet you, Hassan. He stares at you intently for a moment. My name is... He nods slowly, as if disheartened. If I reveal my name, I'll be left with no other choice. I'll have to kill you. Already. He pauses way too long to be joking. His face darkens. Different man in the seat behind you. And then... his face creases into a grin. Hey, amigo, I'm joking. I work for the CIA, that's all. Oh, fuck. I guess you really get around. You can say that. Let me tell you, amigo, I'm always off traveling. I love traveling. So much for reducing my carbon footprint. He burst into laughing. No wonder I'm a spy. Hey, amigo? Silence hangs in the air. Your patch just seems to be formulating his thoughts. You married, amigo? You shake your head no. Got a girlfriend? Another negative nod. That's too bad. A good-looking guy like you two, all alone? What a waste. He gazes absently out the window. Americans are like that. Laid back, get distant. Maybe he's the booze, amigo, but I can't get this woman out of my head tonight. Man, what a woman. I'm not going to tell you where she's from. You'll just ask a ton of questions. And if you ask questions, I'm going to have to lie to you, pal. And with you, I don't want to lie. You look like you're a chick type. A chic type. I love that fresh expression. Chic type. Good guy. Far off look comes over his face. What's the story? He clears his throat, then falls into a long silence as if wondering where to begin. It all started in this place in Africa. Between you and me, pal, I really like Africa. People there are more alive. Serious. You just need to spend a couple of weeks there. No more than that, or you'll go nuts. You clench your teeth and remain perfectly still. We were working with this minister there. Not a chic type like you. Traitor. Real son of a bitch. He stares blankly into space, wondering perhaps if he's divulged some big secret, and then continues his story. A note of bitterness have crept into his voice. Anyhow, the guy was getting difficult. We had two choices. Either convince him to see things our way, or sabotage his car. That's what makes working in Africa so easy. The cars, I mean. Every continent has its own little quirk. The way of getting things done without any trouble. In Africa is the cars. So I contracted the minister's family and met his wife. A lady, of course. She was so beautiful, amigo. Such a beauty. His voice slowed like a worn-out LP. There was this fierceness in her eyes. You know what I mean? Animal spirit. Lopsided grin spreads over his drunken face. She said she didn't like Americans. Preferred the French with their straightforward ways. Made me laugh. When someone dies in Africa, there's always a Frenchman in the picture. Either supplied the bullet, the gun, or the guy who got shot. He runs his fingers through the seams of his jeans. The material is heavy, almost coarse. He was so beautiful. He's gone on to some faraway time and place. You pull up to the address he's giving you, a bar that keeps late at hours. You make out snatches of the animated conversation before the lowered, rolling stutter. Well then, I loved her. His voice is tinged with sorrow and regret. A love like no other, amigo. No other. What about her husband? We sabotaged his car. It hit a tree at 100 kilometers an hour. There wasn't much left of her husband, amigo. I don't know what happened to her. Life there has its own internal logic, you know? All at once, he snapped out his funk. This bar, amigo, is run by the Russians. Dissidents from the Soviet era. The boss spent 10 years in the Gulag. Can you imagine? The Russians, those guys really know how to deal with prisoners. That's where I would have been sent to with that traitor, Snowden. And now, it's the Russians who are protecting him. He breaks off and raps out the window. Snowden? Anyhow, who cares? He was a traitor. Real son of a bitch. He reaches into his pockets to hand you a tip. You hesitate a moment, then accept the crumpled note. As he exits the cab, he offers his parting words. Not a word about what I told you tonight. Okay? His words hang ominously in the air. Not a word to anyone about this drive. Comes out of the cab, pulling with laughter. Sit there for a moment, feeling pretty dumb. Start the cab back up. A dog? Who's this? I think they said when someone calls, I gotta take it, right? I'll go to... Why is this one? Oh, I have to take this one? If I'm not mistaken, they say when they glow up, I have to take those. If she's still available, I'll pick her. Man, let's go. $48 though? I'll take it. You immediately recognize the packager who just climbed into the backseat of your cab. His face has been plastered over news the past few weeks. He's a lawyer. A lawyer who is representing a terrorist. He gives you an address and you start driving. He holds your gaze in the rearview mirror like he's trying to read your mind. You drive across virtually empty Paris. Behind you, the lawyer nervously consults his notes. You continue driving without saying a word. Your passenger mutters, "Ugh." Why do you have to say that to the cops? He's not taking this seriously. Doesn't get it. Idiot. There again. He says it again. Ugh. Is he contradicting himself or just... He glances in the mirror. The lawyer looks like a smaller version of himself. Nothing. Your eyes meet in the rearview mirror. You see him start to break. I can't take it anymore. He takes a deep breath and loses control of his voice. This guy's a real asshole. He's not just a monster, he's a total idiot. Tears form in the corner of his eyes. I've never seen such a moronic defendant. You know what it's like to defend a moron? You know what it's like to only get 3 hours of sleep at night so you can defend a fucking moron? Do you have any idea? He yells so loudly the windows shake. I'm not gonna yell as have neighbors. When he answers, his voice is icy cold. No need to apologize. Nothing to be sorry about. He pauses barely. Just time to take a deep breath. Jesus effing Christ already. He kicks the seat in front of him. Jesus! He calms himself down. Steadies his breath. I'm the one who agreed to it. I actually fought to represent him. It's my own damn fault I'm being dragged through the mud. He raises his hand, snickers. Yeah, I admit it. At first, it was pretty great. Being on TV, all the interviews, journalists asking for my opinion about everything. I shook so many hands, said so many words, sentences. Yet I actually said nothing. When I worked in the hood, not a single person cared about my work. And now, in 5 hours, I have to be on the radio. In 7 on TV. He pauses, breathes. His voice sounds further and further away. Say nothing. He's venting. If only I could just close my eyes and forget about all this. It's impossible. Actually, it's simple. I almost never sleep. When I lie in bed, I stare at the ceiling and go over the evidence in my head. He sits up. It's barbaric, disgusting, so horrific, it's almost unreal. He lets out a huge sigh somewhere deep in his body. And then I discover my client brought nails. Nails that were in the bomb at the corner market. He kept the receipt. He kept the fucking receipt. Folded in half and slipped into his wallet. That's what I see when I close my eyes. Disemboweled bodies and a receipt of €2 fucking worth of nails. Why? He raises his voice quite high. Why, for God's sakes? He thought he could experience it when he got to heaven. Pauses. So stupid and so dangerous. He disgusts me. He revolts me. Why defend him then? Because everyone has a right to an attorney. Everyone, without exception. Otherwise, justice is no longer just. His fit of rage subsides. His fingers are shaking. When I signed on, I thought I'd be representing someone crazy. And I find out he's just a moron who played too many video games. Hey. The guy has never even read a holy book. They're used to justify their... The guy never even read the holy book that are used to justify their so-called acts of martyrdom. He read a few passages online. Passages. Online. Do you have any idea what a complete moron he is? I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. I shouldn't have said all that. Takes a deep breath. I don't have anyone else to talk to about it. All the other lawyers avoid me like a plague. My mother can't understand why I'm doing this. She's so ashamed. She went back to Algeria. Shaking. I get the shame. What I don't get is when people just lump things together. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not a murderer. You made the right choice. The right choice? Laughter echoes in the back of her stomach. I barely had the choice. I couldn't let injustice triumph. Everyone has the right to counsel, to stand trial, have a fair trial. Even terrorists. Even morons. His anger is back, but this time he's got it under control. We can hang him right here, right now. No one, telling you, shed a tear. Stays quiet for a moment, catches your glaze. That's why I keep doing this. Slows his breathing. For equality. Country was founded on it. These rights had been abused far too often for me to look the other way. The anger seems to be lifting. The taxi has almost reached its destination. The backseat, the lawyer is much calmer. His voice is soft. I needed to be reminded of this. Serve as a lesson. He looks at you in the mirror and bores into you with his gaze. It's odd, isn't it? That I ran into you tonight. I mean, as if... No. Forget it. Pull over, he pays his fare. Wait! Don't take this way, the wrong way, but... Hands you another bill. Here, this is for you. For listening. For hearing what I had to say. No. He flinches, then nods. You're right. Perhaps it's better this way. Equality, yes, but also fraternity. It's my job. He laughs. Keep doing your job. I'll keep doing mine then. As he's getting out the cab, you realize he left an envelope behind. For a second, one tiny second, you hesitate. Could be something important. You've got something. He freezes and notices the envelope and grabs it hastily. You can tell he's uncomfortable. He doesn't say another word. He gets out the taxi, walks a few steps away, and turns around to wave at you before entering the bistro. Drive off. How much gas? How much gas? I got a good amount of gas. I got bread. Let me look for this honey. The door suddenly opens and a woman gets in the seat. Ooh, not good sign. What's that? Ooh, who's this? You have discovered 2% of the Pacifics? I don't know what that is. For a second, you freeze. It's one of the cops working to judge cases. She grins at you. Her voice creaks. You remember seeing her at the hospital. Something already bothering you about her there. You know, it's actually pretty crazy. For weeks, I've been saying to myself there's something off about you. Something not so nice. I dug around, milled over, bugged all my fellow cops about it. Because I was sure you lied to us. Let her keep going. She has a cold sneer in her voice. Face. I'm going to be frank with you. He leans over to you. I don't think you're the judge. Nah. I just can't picture it. She squints as she's trying to make out from you far away. Like you'd have gone to the extent of hurting yourself. Yeah. Between us, it's a bit of a stretch. She stares at you. But not enough of a stretch for my chief to stop going on and on about you. Seriously, he talks about you all the time. If I didn't know better, I'd think he had a crush on you. She smirks. No. I think he's more interested in your profile. In prison at 17. Nicey chill fills your gut. And for murder too. You open your mouth but nothing comes out. Since you got out, you've kept a low profile. But you're lying about your name and your address. Checked. It's normal, you'd say. If the word got out, got time served. No loan for your permit. No lease of your car. Meaning no second chance at life. Her voice becomes softer. Almost warm. I personally like guys who want a second chance. No. I like guys who fight for a second chance. Basically, I like guys who are willing to work for me. She leans forward, her shinning cat eyes narrowing. My chief wants to go to the prosecutor with the first and last name of evidence. Actually knowing him, he's not so hot on evidence. So I'll give you info. Victims, suspects, medical reports, some photos there are a bit. She makes a gagging noise. Oh! You have to be discreet. Keep it between me and you. Interrogate, ask questions, dig around. Say anything. I'm not asking you to make an arrest or deliver the killer wrapped up with a bow in front of the station, okay? You're no Batman. Just here to get me information. She rummages around her pockets for what seems like forever. Here, take my card. I'll call you in 3-4 days just to check in. We'll chat. And I'll let you know if I have any new info. She takes the dietic paternalist tone like she was giving you from the list of recommendations for the 100th time. Don't get caught. Don't get arrested. Also, I wouldn't recommend trying to leave Paris. I know what you look like. I know who your friends are. You can either be the solution or the problem, my friend. It takes a minute to scan your face for emotions. If I have to, I'll go check in on you know who. Her smile is biting. That reminds me. She know you've done time? You shake your head, she snickers. Oh, my little dirtbag, you cover your tracks well. Say nothing. She acknowledges your silence with a nod. Okay. I think you got a handle on a little deal. Any problems? Turn you in. I'll send you a picture to all my friends in the media and every asshole in Paris. A picture with your name on it. Your real name. Anyone close to you will have their places searched. They'll be put on house arrest, spending nights in jail. You have any idea how tense things are when the fucker's trial's in the way? You sigh. You know just what she's trying to get at. Come to think of it, your last names are almost the same. You could be brothers, actually. Nothing like that, terrorist. She smiles. Let me tell you, that face of yours and your handle, they'll welcome you with open arms. Oh, racism! Say nothing. She takes on a serious tone, businesslike. I want to catch this killer personally. I want to drag him to court, ruin his fucking life with a bang. I can't botch this case. You got me? Neither can you, right? Nope. Well, great then. We see eye to eye. So you could just say you're my informant, my CI. He ripped open your gut, saw your own insides, you were in a coma. Yeah, you had plenty of reasons to want to get back at him. She furrows her brow. Yeah, I think you're actually going to do what I tell you to do. You investigate, ask questions, listen to all the rumors you come up with a list of suspects. She lays her hand on the door handle and freezes. Oh, right. And don't get fired. About this cab, you're worth nothing to me. You glare at her. Say nothing. For what it's worth, it was a pleasure not to be interrupted every other minute. Can't imagine how much I missed that at work. She puts her hand on you and you can hear the words behind you. This conversation never happened. I'll make sure you get more intel tomorrow. I'll find a way. Well then, not a word to anyone. Obviously, not a... Door opens, squeaks, and slams shut. Hey, bitch. Stood alone for a while, teeth clenched, dried eyes, ears buzzing. Shit. In the backseat, the cop left a pile of papers. Shit. Key to ignition, motor running. Radio on crackles. You turn it off and start driving. Talking to passengers might unlock new documents that clue your investigation. You will find them in the back of your studio after your shift. Okay. Oh, my shift's not over. I got a woman to go pick up. Is my shift over? I didn't want it to be over. I wanted to go. I wanted to go pick somebody up. There was a nice, pretty woman I wanted to go get. I hope she's not dead. Damn it, she might be dead. Damn it. The time lapse. I had to put up all these photos. I said 6. I see 5. Take a second to enjoy the silence of your studio apartment. Outside, the city is slowly waking up. You can still hear the hum of the taxi buzzing in your ears. You throw the files Busette gave you on the table. On the wall, you hung up a big chalk corkboard where you used to pin up the photos of your nephews. They've been gone since you got out of... Your plan is simple. Jot down all the pieces of evidence and connect them to the suspects. The guilty party won't necessarily be the one with the most evidence against them, but the one with the most compelling evidence against them. Like you're building a story about each suspect, trying to understand their motives, understand how he or she got into this situation. Steps in the hallway. They stop right in front of your door, then move away. You crack your knuckles and get to work. Autopsy report. Okay, and what's this one? Photos. Let me look at the autopsy report. Oh my god. Killer's height 1 meter 80 centimeters, which ties to all of them. Yes. Weapon equals rare gun used in the 70s. That age. Victims killed with 1 bullet in the neck. Killer left a message and chalked the first 3 crime scenes. Killer knew the victims or researched them. Sign of violence. Death equals execution. Okay. Height. So this side, where my god damn it, just realized my head. Wait. All right, so here we go. These are the available ones. Victims killed with 1 bullet in the neck. Killer left a message in chalk for the first 3 crime scenes. No sign of violence. Killer knew the victims or researched them. So this individual has. Hers is 108. Message on the crime scene, right? This person has the message. Crime scene, you deserve this. Okay. This person's only the height. This person's the message. Okay. So this guy, by the way, has only 2. This person has 2. So as far as I know right now, everyone only has 2. Let's read. Retired cop joined the police in 1977. Divorced from a judge. Ooh. Born in France, Antelius moved to mainland France in 1976. Okay. Height 1 meter and 179 inches. Okay, so I guess this is like less than 180. Claudia Campos, medical examiner in Paris, escaped from Argentina when she was young. Lost her parents in Argentina. Juanta the process. Cop in Paris. Dad was a cop. Financial affairs. Died 2 years ago. Mom got health issues after Randolph health scandal. Gay in a relationship. Never discloses information at work. A well-known lawyer from St. Quentin, defender on the Dewar case. Defender of several molested kids in poor neighborhoods. Was a promising football player when he was 10. Homeless man with an unknown background. Briefly worked in Charles Bouron. Victim 2. in the 90s. Okay, so the second victim is related to this guy. But none of these guys have anything, so I'm thinking it might be him. Health issues after the victim helped scam do a couple of arrests for breaking and entering. This one up. Okay. So let's see who has. Anyone has 3? Alright, this the death is executed. You see it? Okay. Anyone gets anything added on them. As far as I'm concerned, I don't have anything else. I have no information. I have nothing. So let me get right back into it. So that's episode 1. And I think that's pretty good. We did a pretty good time. I'm enjoying being a investigator, and I hope you guys did too. I'm a little laggy, which is fine, it happens. But yeah, I'm gonna be a detective and I love it. So thank you all for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.